Hello and welcome to the May update at Dean Park Station. Just an update today on some of the new rolling stock and additions to the layout, and a quick loco running session for you as well. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, here we've got one of the new additions that I've put onto the layout. Here's one of the new additions to my collection. It's the limited edition East Coast Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Class 91, number 91110. This comes in the unique livery of the Battle of Britain flight, incorporated into the East Coast current livery, which is your silver with the purple stripe along the sides. Now, for a modern model, it's not particularly well detailed. It doesn't have running lights, and basically all it is a rejig of the original release in 1990. So I mean, it's by modern standards the detail isn't great, but as a collector's item, I suppose it's something unique. It was limited to 1,000 pieces. So if I take you a bit closer to the front, it has the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight emblem, with the Lancaster, Spitfire and Hurricane graphics on the side there, just above the number. As we move along the side, it's got "Lest We Forget" running off the bottom in white, with also the same writing in black. And the detail of the Hurricane and the Spitfire is pretty impressive, I have to say. No wonder this model was nearly 2 years late. I think Hornby had their work cut out getting this livery spot on. And they've done a fairly good job of it, I have to say. And you get etched nameplates as well with it. I've not fitted them as yet. We'll go onto the roof. It has the number 91110 incorporated with the RAF rondel, and it's got a working pantograph if you want to actually run it with the overhead wires. Apart from that, it's pretty bog standard Class 91 Hornby fare. It's not got sprung buffers, as I said, no lights, no cab lights. So from that element it's pretty disappointing, but I don't think electrics are that popular with the collectors, so I don't think it's within Hornby's interests to remodel this or retool it in any great shape or form. I don't know if it'll run on the layout. It might do the odd star appearance with the Intercity Swallow Mark 4s with Mark 4 DVT, just as a little novel appearance. But I say, as a collector's piece, it's quite unique. A couple of new blue-grey rolling stock additions to the layout are these Mark 1 Express Parcels brake vans. These are Bachmann code 39175D, and these will be running along with my RES liveried Mark 1 Royal Mail vans, just to add a bit of mishmash to the livery, as was often seen in real life. Not everything was painted the same colour, as it's been pointed out to me, and so I've added a couple of these into the mix. These are getting hauled by the 37 today, but they will be behind the 47 in due course. Here we have 60009 Union of South Africa. It's an A4 Pacific that was highlighted in my last video. I've now managed to get myself a matching rake of BR Mark 1 maroon coaches to go with it. I've got 9 just now and another 6 on order, so I'll have a fair few coaches to choose from when they're all here. I'd like to take you down the rake. I'll put the codes, the Bachmann codes, at the bottom of the screen because I can't remember them just now. First we've got a second class corridor, number W24379. Then we've got a second class open, and that's W4739. And then we've got ourselves one of 2 composite coaches in the rake, and that's W16198. Then we've got the actual restaurant car here. I've actually got a miniature buffet car as well, but it's not in the rake today. The numbering on this is SC1941, and it's got the kitchen attached, you can see from the roof detail, and a seating area for diners. Then I've got a full restaurant car. This is a very rare coach now. I had to hunt for this one online, and you know, it's fully seated. A lot of these were actually converted into first class coaches as a decline of demand for on-board eating and on-board dining, so these are quite rare in themselves, and that's M6. That's the code. Here's the rarest coach in the rake, and this is a corridor first class coach. I hunted and hunted and hunted for these online, and eventually tracked one down at Mark's Models, and the website address at the bottom of the screen. It's in Dublin, and what a great service I got there. Very quick turnaround on the order, great communication, and there's actually quite a lot of good stuff on the website, so I'd recommend you have a wee check out and see what you can get. It's all priced in euros, but you know, it's if you convert it into pounds, it's still good value for money. I've only got one of these on the rake, and the number is M13108. Quite impressed with that one. Then I've got my second composite coach here, and that's W16198. And finally I've got a brake coach, and it's a corridor, and it's M21026. I've only got one brake coach on the rake just now, and I've got, I'll say, a few more on order. So there you have it just now. We've got 8 in the rake today. I'll be adding to that, so I'll maybe have 15 by the time I'm finished, which will give me 2 fair sized rakes for my steam locos or any heritage diesels that I might run on the layout from time to time as a bit of a novelty. Hope you agree they go well with number 9 there, and they really set off the actual the train itself in the BR green. These are no longer in production from Bachmann, so as I say, I had to hunt them down on various websites, and through the last 3 or 4 weeks, cost me an arm and a leg, and you just got to keep looking to see what websites come up when you put the old Google search. Here we have a Mark II DBSO in ScotRail livery. It's a conversion, which is one of the best I've seen actually. It's fully DCC and it's got working lights, and this kind of makes up the complete ScotRail Express as it would have been in the 1980s, mid-80s to 1990. It's made up of 3 standard Mark IIIA coaches, a Mark III composite coach, and this Mark II DBSO at the rear. The benefit of running these between Edinburgh Waverley and Glasgow Queen Street was that it solved the problem of having to change the loco at each end. These were capable of running up to 100 miles an hour, and as I say, it's quite an impressive piece of kit. This particular one is on loan from Crichton 2121. You might want to check his channel out, he's got some great stuff going on there. I got this from him because I was kind of getting a bit impatient for the Bachmann one that's been announced last summer, and we've yet to hear anything about a possible release date for it. So I'll say I've got this on loan in the meantime. I'll show you the lights working, and then we'll get the ScotRail Express underway. Some of the other little bits and pieces I've been adding to the layout are from the same eBay dealer as I highlighted in my seats in the last video. They're grip boxes which I've just resprayed yellow, and I'll put some weathering on them. They came with weathering, but I was unconvinced, so I just give them a quick prime and a coat of gloss yellow Humbrol paint, and then toned them down with some matte varnish. The one piece in the middle there is an access ramp for disabled passengers, and that is quite a neat detail on that. It's got the wheels, the orange handles, and it's painted yellow as well. I repainted this again because it was weathered, but I'm going to weather it myself, and that's quite a smart wee addition to the modern image layout, which they've been around since, you know, the 80s. That's pretty much it for the May update. If you have any comments, suggestions, please as always feel free to post them with this video, and I'll try my best to reply to everyone.